Well, it's classic movie time. We're going to go back in the archives, find something that's kind of like New Year's Eve, and then Valentine's Day, of course. And joining us today, he is assistant professor of art and a movie lover at Ohio State Lima. We've got Ian Breitenbaum. Thanks for coming today.
Thanks for having me again.
All right, so let's start with New Year's kind of thing. We have got how to get ahead in advertising.
Yeah, so if you're anything like me and you need a little help with your resolutions to not spend a whole lot of money, perhaps How to Get Ahead in Advertising by Bruce Robinson would be very helpful in explaining to you how advertisers and marketers think about you as a human being. This film stars Robert Grant, who's a pretty common character actor. If you watch this film, you will recognize him from somewhere, obviously. It's fantastic. At some point, you understand what that title means when he literally starts to grow a second head. Because he starts to have a conscience about what he's doing to the general public. Now, pay attention to what that head looks like, and then do a quick Google search on what Edward Bernays looked like.
All right.
Because I think that that's what this film's trying to say.
So this is a comedy?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's super funny. It's the second time that Grant would have worked with Bruce Robinson after With Nell and I, which is another British film that I don't necessarily get, but a lot of people really love. They say it's one of the funniest movies ever made. So it's, I guess, up to your standards of comedy.
Okay.
But yeah, this one's so much fun, and it really lays bare what marketing and advertising is all about. Yep.
All right. Well, let's turn to love then. Valentine's Day's coming.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Beauty and the Beast. Now, you went back on this one.
Oh, absolutely. This is, honestly, it's like one of the first feature-length Beauty and the Beast film adaptations. It's by John Cocteau. It's a French film. Cocteau was a huge playwright, a poet, an essayist, ballet dancer. Like he was the artist sort of par excellence in France in the early 20th century. And this film is gorgeous. It's so beautiful. It has some really amazing practical effects. Like, he starts the film off by asking you to shed that sort of adult mind that you've grown into and just go back to a time when you used to be able to dream and imagine and think about just, I don't know, the more beautiful, interesting parts of life. But what I think is really interesting about this film is the context that it was made in 1946, where you have all of these men coming back from war. And I think that this film really speaks to that dual sort of how do I come back from doing the things that I've done, while at the same time trying to make a life for myself.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very interesting look at this, and not so Disney-like, I guess,
Disney takes a lot from this film, the furniture moves in this movie, and Disney really sort of uses some of that motif.
Very cool. Neat. All right. And then In the Mood for Love, this was in the year 2000. Tell us about that movie.
This is one of my absolute favorite films. It is so romantic and so beautiful. It's Wong Kar-wai. It's a Hong Kong film from 2000, but it's set in 1962.
Okay.
And it follows two sets of couples who move into adjacent apartments. And eventually those two couples, one of the husbands and one of the wives, get together and have an affair. And then the other two, who are left at home quite a bit, are sort of trying to figure out why. And so they start play acting and having dinner together to see why someone would step away from the current relationship. And then ultimately end up falling in love. And it's
really? Okay.
It's shot by Christopher Doyle. It's a gorgeous film. The soundtrack, these dresses are phenomenal. Maggie Chun wears throughout the film. It is an amazingly beautiful movie that is sort of just heartbreaking. Yeah.
Right, I was going to say, I don't feel like that's very Valentine's Day-like, because they break up, but then I guess they fall in love. So.
Yeah. But it's totally unrequited. They do not get together. Oh, sorry, spoilers, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess. That's all right. But it's, like you said, it's just beautifully shot and just beautiful stuff. So maybe check that one out, too. In the Mood for Love. Well, some great picks. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you. Yep.
All right, don't go away. New Edition continues in a moment.